Level 1. The purchase. You're standing in front of a house with a sold sign on the lawn. The door is closed. Everything you've been chasing is on the other side of it. You are 25 years old. You just bought a house. You stand in the doorway before stepping inside. The floors are cold. The walls are bare. The kitchen smells like fresh paint and possibility. You walk through every room slowly, touching walls, opening closets that belong to you. Not a landlord, you. Your parents never owned a home. Your mother rented her entire life, moved 4 times before you turned 12. You remember the boxes, the new schools, the feeling of never being settled. Standing in this living room, you feel the opposite of every one of those memories. You call your mom, she doesn't say much. A long pause, and then something quiet from a place she's been holding for years. She cries, not sad, proud, the kind that doesn't need words. The mortgage is $1,850 a month. You make $52,000 a year, after taxes roughly $3,400 a month, more than half gone on the first of every month. The math is tight, but tight felt acceptable when everyone told you this was the smart move. Stop throwing money away on rent. Build equity. You'll thank yourself at 30. You believed them. Why wouldn't you? They sounded so sure. The house is quiet tonight. You sit on the floor because you don't have furniture yet, and you feel like the future just opened a door and invited you in. You don't know yet that the door locks from the outside. Level 2. The pride. You are 26 years old. 3 months in, and the house feels like yours now. Not on paper. In your bones. You know which floorboard creaks, which window sticks, which cabinet you have to close twice. You host your first cookout on a Saturday in June. 12 people in your backyard. Your grill, your patio, your music playing from your kitchen window. Marcus walks through the back gate and stops, looks around, shakes his head slowly, and says 4 words that land somewhere deep in your chest. You got a whole house, bro. Everyone says some version of it. Your cousin takes a photo of the backyard and posts it before you do. Your coworker brings a bottle of wine like this is a real adult gathering. Because it is, and you built it. Your mom visits for a weekend. She sits in the living room you've now furnished and runs her hand along the arm of the couch like she's confirming it's real. She doesn't say much. She doesn't have to. Her being there in a home her son owns says everything her words never could. You post 1 photo, just the front door. No caption. The likes come fast. People you haven't spoken to in years suddenly respond. The house did something social that you couldn't do alone. It announced you without you having to speak. Everything is working. Bills are paid, the yard is clean, the neighbors wave. You feel like you broke something generational. Like you stepped across a line your family couldn't cross, and now you're standing on the other side holding the door open. But underneath the pride, something is tightening. Not enough to feel yet. Just enough to exist. The way a wire pulls taut long before it snaps. You don't hear it. Not yet. Level 3. The cracks. You are 27 years old. The water heater dies on a Tuesday night. You're standing in 2 inches of water in your basement at 11 p.m., calling a plumber who charges double after midnight. $1,200. You pay it because you don't have a choice. That's the thing about a house. It doesn't ask. It takes. 3 months later, the AC unit stops cooling in the middle of July. You survive 2 nights with the windows open before you break. $2,800 for a replacement. The technician says the old one was original to the house. 15 years past its life expectancy. You didn't know AC units had life expectancies. Nobody mentioned that at closing. Then the roof, a leak you didn't catch during inspection. A stain that spreads across the bedroom ceiling like a reminder that this house has problems older than your ownership. $3,400. Each repair comes from savings you were supposed to be building. Your emergency fund is gone by month 14. Not low, gone. You start putting repairs on credit cards because the house doesn't wait for your next paycheck. You sit down one night and add up the real cost. Not the mortgage, the everything. $1,850 mortgage. $380 property tax, $190 insurance, $250 average monthly maintenance, $2,670 a month, not $1,850, the number they told you, the number you built your life around. That number was a lie, not a spoken lie, an omission. The kind that lets you walk into something with your eyes open and still not see what's coming. You tell yourself every homeowner goes through this. First few years are the hardest. It'll stabilize. The house will stop breaking. It won't. The first rule they told you. Renting is throwing money away. You're starting to wonder what this is. Level 4. The trap. You are 28 years old. Your company offers a transfer. Different city. Better position. $18,000 more a year. The kind of opportunity that doesn't come twice. You sit with your manager on a Thursday afternoon and he says, "Take the weekend to think about it." You don't need the weekend. You already know the answer. You just don't want to say it yet. You check what your house is worth. The market shifted, not crashed, just cooled enough that your home is worth $12,000 less than what you owe. You're underwater. A word you'd only heard in news articles about other people in other cities in other years. Now it's yours. You turn down the transfer on Monday morning. Your manager nods, doesn't push, doesn't need to. You both know what happened without saying it. Your friend Dante kept renting, same company, same salary. He took a job in Austin 3 weeks later, $30,000 raise, no mortgage, no anchor. He packed 2 suitcases and left on a Sunday. You helped him load the car. He hugged you in the driveway and said, "Come visit, bro." You said you would. You won't. You watched him drive away from your kitchen window, the same kitchen you were so proud of, the same countertops everyone complimented at the cookout. You're standing in the same spot, but everything it means has changed. 2 years ago, this kitchen was proof you made it. Now it's the reason you can't leave. You start calculating what renting would have cost you. $1,400 a month, no property tax, no insurance, no repairs, no anchor. $1,400 and total freedom to go anywhere the opportunity took you. The second rule they told you, a house is always a good investment. You're standing in your good investment watching your future drive away. Level 5, the breaking point. You are 29 years old. The letter arrives on a Monday, not a bill, a warning. You're 42 days late on the mortgage. The language is polite, the way a knife wrapped in cloth is polite. It still cuts. You didn't mean to fall behind. Nobody means to. The credit cards from the repairs are maxed, all 3. The minimums alone eat $460 a month. Add the mortgage, the taxes, the insurance. You need $3,100 a month just to stand still. You make $3,400, $300, that's what's left, for food, gas, everything else a life requires. $300 of breathing room that feels like breathing through a straw. You stop inviting people over. Not because you don't want to, because the house is showing what you can't afford to fix. The yard is overgrown because the mower broke, and replacing it means choosing between grass and groceries. The paint on the porch is peeling. The bathroom faucet drips a rhythm you hear at 3 a.m. when the stress won't let you sleep. The house is decaying in front of you, slowly, visibly. And the thing that keeps you up isn't the house. It's the realization that you're decaying with it. Your appetite is gone. Your energy is gone. The version of you who hosted cookouts and called your mom from the living room with pride in your voice feels like a stranger you used to know. You start Googling things at midnight. How to sell a house you still owe on. Short sale process. What happens to your credit after foreclosure? Each search feels like another step toward admitting something you've been avoiding since the first repair. The third rule they told you. You'll thank yourself at 30. You're 29. And you're not thankful, you're tired. Level 6, the realization. You are 30 years old, you sell it. Short sale. The bank agrees because the alternative costs them more. You sign papers in a small office with a woman who doesn't make eye contact. The number at the bottom of the page says, you walk away with nothing. 5 years of payments, 5 years of repairs, 5 years of sacrifice. And the total material yield of all of it is a signature on a page that says 0. You leave the keys on the kitchen counter, the same counter your mom ran her hand across, the same kitchen where you watched Dante drive away. You close the front door, and the sound it makes is different now, not the echo of possibility, the click of something finished. You drive to a 1-bedroom apartment, $1,100 a month. No yard, no garage, no porch with peeling paint. You carry 2 bags inside and sit on the floor because your furniture is gone, sold, given away, left behind like pieces of a life you outgrew in the worst way possible. And something unexpected happens. You feel lighter, not happy, not relieved, lighter. The way you feel when you set down something so heavy you forgot you were carrying it. The mortgage isn't yours anymore. The repairs aren't yours. The taxes, the insurance, the letters, the 3 a.m. faucet drip, none of it. For the first time in 5 years, you sit somewhere, and the walls don't cost you anything. The house didn't give you freedom, it took it, monthly, quietly, completely. And the dream everyone sold you was never yours. You just borrowed it for 5 years and paid with everything you had. The final truth. The most expensive thing you can buy is someone else's definition of success. Somewhere right now, a 25-year-old is standing in an empty house for the first time, keys in hand. Heart full, the floors are cold, the walls are bare. Everything echoes. They're walking through every room, touching walls, opening closets, texting their mom a photo of the front door. She calls back crying, proud tears. The mortgage is tight, they know this. But tight feels acceptable when everyone is telling you it's the smart move. Stop renting. Build equity. You'll thank yourself later. They sit on the floor of their living room because they don't have furniture yet, and they feel like the future just opened a door and invited them in. They don't know yet that the door locks from the outside.